The light at the end, how consistency illuminates success. Have you ever found yourself in the middle of a dark tunnel wondering if there's even a light at the end? I recently had the extraordinary opportunity to interview Marcia Kirkpatrick, a visionary whose insights on goal setting and consistency have transformed countless lives, particularly among Black professionals and entrepreneurs. Marcia isn't just a thought leader. She's a beacon of hope who has dedicated her life to ensuring others find their way through their own tunnels toward success. Her work has quite literally changed the trajectory of careers and businesses across America, especially for those who have been historically marginalized and overlooked. What struck me most about our conversation wasn't just her wisdom, but the profound simplicity of her philosophy. The end of the tunnel is your success. This statement, delivered with the quiet confidence of someone who has both lived this truth and witnessed its power in others, resonated deeply with me. But what makes this journey possible? What separates those who emerge triumphant from those who remain stuck in darkness? The answer isn't what most people think. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not even who you know. It's consistency, plain, unglamorous, day after day consistency. We live in a world obsessed with overnight success stories. The entrepreneur who built a $1 billion company in their garage, the author whose first novel topped bestseller lists worldwide, the artist discovered on social media who suddenly has galleries clamoring for their work. But these narratives are dangerous mirages. They make us believe that success should be immediate, that if we haven't made it quickly, we must be doing something wrong. It's like expecting to lose 50 pounds after one trip to the gym or becoming fluent in Mandarin after downloading a language app. Marcia Kirkpatrick shatters this illusion with the truth that's both challenging and liberating. Success was rarely a lightning strike. It's more like water wearing away stone, persistent, patient, and ultimately unstoppable. The most beautiful canyons weren't formed in a day, but through consistent pressure over time. During our interview, Marcia shared three fundamental principles that form the backbone of sustainable success. The first is that consistent action creates momentum. Think about pushing a stalled car. Those first few pushes feel futile. The car barely moves. Your muscles burn, sweat drips into your eyes. You question whether it's even possible. But if you keep pushing, eventually the car begins to roll. And with each push, it moves more easily than the last. Success works the same way. Those early efforts often yield minimal visible results. You write a blog post that nobody reads. You make sales calls that lead nowhere. You submit job applications that disappear into the void. But something invisible is happening. Momentum is building. And momentum, once established, becomes a force of its own. The second principle Marcia emphasized is adaptability within structure. Having clear goals is essential, but clinging rigidly to one path toward those goals can be disastrous. The tunnel to success rarely runs straight. There are unexpected turns, obstacles, and sometimes complete dead ends that require backtracking. Those who succeed aren't necessarily those with the most detailed plans. They're the ones who can adapt without abandoning their destination. They understand that the map isn't the territory. When reality doesn't match their expectations, they adjust rather than quit. They're like water flowing downhill. When blocked, they don't stop moving, they find another path. The third principle, and perhaps the most powerful, is visualization as a success tool. Marcia describes this as seeing the light before you reach it. When you're deep in the tunnel surrounded by darkness, your ability to vividly imagine the exit becomes your most valuable asset. This isn't wishful thinking or empty positivity. It's a psychological technique used by elite performers across disciplines by repeatedly Visualizing success, you're essentially programming your brain to recognize opportunities and solutions that align with your goals. You're creating neural pathways that make success not just possible, but inevitable. These principles aren't theoretical, they're being applied right now by remarkable individuals who are transforming their fields and communities. Consider Ashley Sims, the managing director of Build in Tulsa. When Ashley took on the challenge of reclaiming the narrative around Black Wall Street, she wasn't just facing a business challenge. She was confronting historical trauma, systemic barriers, and entrenched narratives about what's possible for Black entrepreneurs in America. The easy path would have been to frame Black Wall Street as a historical tragedy, a cautionary tale about what happens when Black excellence is met with violence. But Ashley chose a different approach. She saw Black Wall Street not as a painful endpoint, but as a blueprint for future success. With consistent effort over 2.5 years, Ashley has built a comprehensive support network for Black entrepreneurs in Tulsa. Build in Tulsa now includes 400 entrepreneurs, has facilitated more than 10,000 hours of training and coaching, and has invested $10.5 million with underrepresented founders. This didn't happen overnight. Before leading Build in Tulsa, Ashley spent 20 years as a news reporter, advocate, and fundraiser. She joined the organization as a fundraiser in April 2021 before being promoted to lead the initiative in February 2022. Each role, each year of experience was another step through the tunnel, building the momentum that would eventually lead to breakthrough success. Today, Ashley's work has been featured in Forbes, Essence, and Fortune. She's been recognized as an Aspen Institute 2023 Health Communities Fellow. But more importantly, she's reshaping expectations and possibilities for Black entrepreneurs nationwide with her belief that the next Black led billion-dollar company will be based in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Or consider Sakina Hoffler, an emerging Black writer who has achieved significant recognition across multiple literary genres. The publishing industry has historically marginalized diverse perspectives, creating a tunnel that seems particularly long and dark for Black voices. Sakuna could have compromised her authentic voice to fit industry expectations. She could have limited herself to a single genre to increase her chances of breaking through. Instead, she maintained consistent creative output across different literary forms: poetry, fiction, essays, while remaining true to themes that mattered to her. This consistency has paid off. Sakina was named a 2024 NYC Forge Fellow and won the 2024 Analog Award for Emerging Black Voices. Her award winning poetry has been published in prestigious journals, and she recently received an offer on her debut novel. What's remarkable about Sakina's journey is how she's expanded the representation of Black voices in literature while demonstrating the power of consistent creative practice across multiple forms. She didn't just find her way through the tunnel, she widened it for others to follow. Then there's Lori Filippelli, who has balanced a career as a college admissions counselor while pursuing her passion for poetry. Lori faced the challenge many of us know intimately: how to maintain creative output while managing the demands of a full time career. Rather than seeing her professional responsibilities as obstacles to her writing, Lori created sustainable practices that allowed her to develop her craft over time. She established the Mighty Writing Substack to share her insights and build community while continuing to submit her poetry for publication in competitions. The result: Lori's third collection of poetry, My Heart is a Museum, won the Broken Sleep Books poetry competition and will be published in 2026. Her journey shows how persistence in creative pursuits alongside professional responsibilities can lead to significant recognition and success. As Maya Angelou wisely said, you may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. This sentiment perfectly captures the essence of what Marcia Kirkpatrick shared with me, that the tunnel is not the destination, but merely the path we must travel to reach our success. So, how do we apply these principles in our own lives? How do we maintain consistency when progress seems painfully slow? How do we adapt without losing sight of our goals? How do we visualize success when we're surrounded by darkness? Marcia suggests implementing what she calls a consistency calendar practice. This involves 5 simple steps. First, identify your most important long term goal, your end of the tunnel. Second, break that goal down into weekly actionable steps. Third, commit to at least 15 minutes daily of focused work toward this goal. Fourth, track your consistency visually on a calendar. And finally, celebrate milestone achievements along the way. This simple practice transforms abstract ambitions into concrete daily actions, making the journey through the tunnel more manageable and the progress more visible. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill once said. And in that continuation, that consistency lies the secret to reaching the light at the end of your tunnel. I want to leave you with this thought. The darkness of your tunnel is not a punishment, it's a proving ground. It's where your character is forged, your vision is clarified, and your determination is tested. The longer and darker the tunnel, the more brilliant the light will seem when you emerge. Right now, someone listening needs to hear this. Your current struggles are not evidence that you're on the wrong path. They're evidence that you're doing the hard, necessary work that most people avoid. While others are looking for shortcuts or giving up entirely, you're pushing forward day after day, building momentum that will eventually become unstoppable. Tomorrow, when doubt creeps in, and it will remember Ashley rebuilding Black Wall Street, Sakina crafting her authentic voice across genres, and Lori balancing her career while pursuing her passion. Remember that they too faced dark tunnels. They too had days when the light seemed impossibly distant, but they kept moving. They adapted, they visualized, and eventually they broke through. So will you. I challenge you to start your consistency calendar today, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, but today. Identify your tunnel's end, break it down into steps, commit to those 15 minutes, track your progress, celebrate your milestones, because the truth is the light at the end of your tunnel isn't just waiting for you to reach it, it's growing brighter with each consistent step you take toward it. Thank you.